White flag. Off in race 2. The Cavan Developments Home Builders supporting St Mary's GA Maiden Hurdle. Run over 2 miles, 8 flights to jump. It is Murat, the favourite in the maroon and white, that leads them on to the first flight. Followed by Port Authority. Close is Edelnay, Peace in the Valley, and on the outside is Boston Fire. Coming on away from the first flight, Murat the leader. From Edelnay, further over is Port Authority, on the stand side Boston Fire with Peace in the Valley, followed by Rusty Harkness. And then Mickey Hooley and the Guinness Boys, the more the merrier than the start cap on the outside of Between Friends. Followed by Chandra Nelson with a break to Snugsborough Force, Misty Byrne, Cloneen to the max, and the back marker having jumped 2 is Lips Freedom. Stretching on by over 4 lengths is Murat and Sean O'Keefe. Second is Port Authority, and Jack Kennedy. Third, as they make the bend, is Edelnay and Philip Donovan. And Summersby Roost on the inside of Boston Fire. And then Rusty Harkness and Peace in the Valley. The Guinness Boys Between Friends, Mickey Hooley and Chandra Nelson, the more the merrier, as they go to the third flight taken along the side of the track. Murat in front from Port Authority, as they link up with flight number 3. Over a good bit off them in third place, Edelnay. They're well strung out now. Racing towards the final 10 furlongs, Murat and Port Authority further clear from Edelnay, Summersby Roost and Rusty Harkness. Murat by 5 to 6 lengths from Port Authority, who has a commanding advantage over the third as they jump this flight at the halfway stage, where Murat had quite a look at it, heads towards the final 7 furlongs. Leading Port Authority by 6 lengths. His only danger at this point in time, some way adrift in third, is Edelnay, who's followed by Rusty Harkness, Summersby Roost. Heading to the 4th last flight, Murat and Port Authority. A long way clear of the remainder. Murat approaching the flight 6 furlongs from the finish, the 4th last. Over that one from Port Authority, who remains within about 6 lengths. Over a remote third, Edelnay, then Rusty Harkness. On the approach to the 3rd last flight, Murat, Port Authority still continuing to occupy the first 2 positions, and they're the pair to focus on as they run round the home turn. The Cavan Developments Home Builders supporting St Mary's GA Maiden Hurdle. Murat in front from the outset. Turns in for the final 2 flights, followed by Port Authority 5-6 lengths down second. As they pass their point of departure, straightening with 2 to jump and 3 furlongs to go. Murat and Sean O'Keefe, not so far in front of Port Authority and Jack Kennedy, these 2 with the finish to themselves at the 2nd last. Murat runs down at a touch from Port Authority, who's closing all the while. With 1 flight left, a followers the Guinness Boys, hampered with Peace in the Valley and Chandra Nelson. Murat has run out of petrol, is headed by Port Authority, who jumps the last and is away and gone. Port Authority and Jack Kennedy up the hill inside the final 200 yards is coming home to win by a big margin the Cavan Developments Home Builders supporting St Mary's GA Maiden Hurdle. A taking racecourse debut by Port Authority. Murat finished up 2nd in the end, and 3rd, Edelnay. The first 3 finished as they started.
Another winner for Jack Kennedy then on Port Authority. Jack, just give us your thoughts on how only 2 horses ever really counted. When did you feel you had the favourite covered?
He was probably after doing a bit much the whole way around. I was always kind of happy that I was going to pick him up. I suppose Gordons are kind of taking a run this year. That was probably the only thing in the back of my head, was maybe if we turned into the straight he might have a blow, but no, he picked him up fairly easy and got up to the line. Yeah.
Maybe not a whole lot of depth to that race, but he's won a point to point in a maiden hurdle now. What sort of season do you reckon he might be able to go on and have?
There wasn't much behind him there, obviously. Well, the second horse that won 2 bumpers, obviously, but I thought I went a nice gallop for the ground, and my lad kept at it well. I got a nice enough feel off him, so I'd be hoping he'd be above average anyway. Yeah.
You've got Newbrook Diamond coming up later also for, obviously the Rabsons are involved in KTDA racing with that one as well. Could it be a double?
Hopefully, yeah, he's a nice horse, so hopefully he can run well, yeah.
And Poorly Feel and Jacob's Ladder, your last 2 rides, Jack. What do you reckon?
Yeah, Poor Fee, I'd probably be just a little bit worried about the ground with him. And Jacob's Ladder, he's obviously starting off over fences. If he can run a nice race, we'll be happy, yeah.
Fair play, Jack. We'll let you wait. Cheers.
Thanks.
A lot.
Watch live racing now on racingtv.com.